information that has come down to us is highly suspect. Even the meaning of his name is uncertain. The most likely interpretations, the old master, or more picturesquely, the old boy. Like an Iroquois woodsman, he left no traces. All he left us is his book, the classic manual on the art of living, written in a style of gem-like lucidity, radiant with humor and grace, and large-heartedness and deep wisdom, one of the wonders of the world. People usually think of Lao Tzu as a hermit, a dropout from society, dwelling serenely in some mountain hut, unvisited except perhaps by the occasional traveler arriving from a 60s joke to ask, "What is the meaning of life?" But it's clear from his teachings that he deeply cared about society, if society means the welfare of one's fellow human beings. His book is, among other things, a treatise on the art of government, whether of a country or of a child. The misperception may arise from his insistence on wei wu wei, literally doing, not doing, which has been seen as passivity. Nothing could be further from the truth. A good athlete can enter a state of body awareness in which the right stroke or the right movement happens by itself, effortlessly, without any interference of the conscious will. This is a paradigm for non-action, the purest and most effective form of action. The game plays the game. The poem writes the poem. We can't tell the dancer from the dance. Less and less do you need to force things, until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. Nothing is done because the doer has wholeheartedly vanished into the deed. The fuel has been completely transformed into flame. This nothing is in fact everything. It happens when we trust the intelligence of the universe in the same way that an athlete or a dancer trusts the superior intelligence of the body. Hence Lao Tzu's emphasis on softness. Softness means the opposite of rigidity and is synonymous with suppleness, adaptability, endurance. Anyone who has seen a Tai Chi or Aikido master doing not doing will know how powerful this softness is. Lao Tzu's central figure is a man or woman whose life is in perfect harmony with the way things are. This is not an idea, it is a reality. I have seen it. The master has mastered nature, not in the sense of conquering it, but of becoming it. In surrendering to the Tao, in giving up all concepts, judgments, and desires, her mind has grown naturally compassionate. She finds, deep in her own experience, the central truths of the art of living, which are paradoxical only on the surface, that the more truly solitary we are, the more compassionate we can be. The more we let go of what we love, the more present our love becomes. The clearer our insight into what is beyond good and evil, the more we can embody the good. Until finally she is able to say, in all humility, I am the Tao, the truth, the life. The teaching of the Tao Te Ching is moral in the deepest sense. Unencumbered by any concept of sin, the master doesn't see evil as a force to resist, but simply as an opaqueness, a state of self-absorption which is in disharmony with the universal process, so that, as with a dirty window, the light can't shine through. This freedom from moral categories allows him his great compassion for the wicked and the selfish. Thus the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you are. It is the great secret. The listener will notice that in the many passages where Lao Tzu describes the master, I have used the pronoun she at least as often as he. The Chinese language doesn't make this kind of distinction. In English, we have to choose. But since we are all potentially the master, since the master is, essentially, us, I felt it would be untrue to present a male archetype, as other versions have ironically done. Ironically, because of all the great world religions, the teaching of Lao Tzu is by far the most female. Of course, you should feel free throughout the recording to substitute he for she,
in the race for the
or vice
title.
versa.
90 minutes that could be
As to
absolutely
method,
make or break for their
I worked from
respective
Paul Karas's
aspirations.
literal
It
version,
is
which provides
Chelsea.
English
They
equivalents,
face
often
Manchester
very
City,
quaint
and
ones,
it's live
alongside
right
each of the
here on
Chinese
EA
ideograms.
TV.
I also consulted dozens of translations into English, German, and French. But the most essential preparation for my work was a 14 years long course of Zen training, which brought me face to face with Lao Tzu and his true disciples and heirs, the early Chinese Zen masters. With great poetry, the freest translation is sometimes the most faithful. We must try its effect as an English poem, Dr. Johnson said. That is the way to judge of the merit of a translation. I've often been fairly literal, or as literal as one can be with such a subtle, kaleidoscopic book as the Tao Te Ching. But I have also paraphrased, expanded, contracted, interpreted, worked with the text, played with it, until it became embodied in a language that felt genuine to me. If I haven't always translated Lao Tzu's words, my intention has always been to translate his mind. Describing the indescribable, teaching the unteachable, pointing the way to the way. What does Lao Tzu think he is doing here? It can't be done. No way. Hence, Po Chu-yi, poet and stand-up comedian, wrote, "He who talks doesn't know. He who knows doesn't talk." That is what Lao Tzu told us in a book of 5,000 words. If he was the one who knew, how could he have been such a blabbermouth? That's the problem with spiritual teachers. They have to be blabbermouths. But their words are, in the traditional Buddhist metaphor, fingers pointing at the moon. If you watch the finger, you can't see the moon. How meticulous the great masters had to be. A monk asked Matsu, "Why do you teach mind is Buddha?" Matsu said, "To stop a baby from crying." The monk said, "When the crying has stopped, what then?" Matsu said, "Then I teach, not mind, not Buddha." The monk said, "How about someone who isn't attached to either?" Matsu said, "I would tell him, not beings." The monk said, "And what if you met a man unattached to all things? What would you tell him?" Matsu said, "I would just let him experience the great Tao." In fact, the truth is right before our eyes, right under our noses. So simple that every child understands it. And yet, as Bankei said, the farther you enter into it, the deeper it is. Where is the way to the way? What a question. Still, for complicated minds, drastic measures are needed. Lao Tzu's book was written as a response out of grandmotherly kindness. According to the oldest biography, Lao Tzu lived for a long time in the country of Chu, but seeing its decline, he departed. When he reached the frontier, the guard said, "Since you are going away, sir, could you write a book to teach me the art of living?" Thereupon, Lao Tzu wrote his book about the Tao and departed. This is legend, but it is an accurate description of the way in which true teaching happens. He who knows doesn't talk, but words are no hindrance for him. He uses them as he would use gardening tools. When someone asks, he answers. Dao De Jing.
Rugani. Conte.
1.
Chelsea did more than enough in their win
The
against
Dao that can
Southampton.
be told
What are your thoughts on what we might
is not
see
the
in this
eternal
match, Lee?
Dao.
Well, Derek, the forwards were on fire in the
The
3-1
name
home
that
win.
can be
Will they win
named
today? I'm not so sure. I'm going to go for a draw.
Is not the eternal name.
Crossing possibilities.
The unnameable
Nice to work
is
out
the
for them.
eternally real.
Let's get an update from Goodison Park where there's been a
Naming
goal.
is the
Alan McInally
origin
can tell
of
us
all
about it.
particular
Goal for
things.
Everton. 14 minutes played, 1-0.
Alan McInally with
Free
his finger
from
on
desire,
the pulse.
you realize the mystery.
Sterling. Passing it
Caught
around
in
with
desire.
aplomb. Extremely
You
sloppy
see
in
only the
possession.
manifestations.
And putting his body on the line.
Yet mystery and
And a
manifestations
strong tackle.
arise from the same source. This source is called darkness.
Conte. Dembele. Has a go.
Darkness
And it is the
within
opening goal of the
darkness.
contest.
Well, it was always going to be a tight game, but now
The
all of a
gateway
sudden
to
one team
all
ahead.
understanding.
Things have got to change on both sides. Well, let's see that again. Oh, it's so
2.
sweetly hit. Look at his technique. Absolutely brilliant. He's got the power. He's got the
When
accuracy.
people see
and
some
now he's got
things
himself
as
a
beautiful,
goal.
So underway
other
once
things
again.
become
Chelsea with the
ugly.
lead in this match.
when people see some things as good, other things become bad.
Hisai.
Being
Rodri.
and non-being create
Bernardo
each other.
Silva. De Bruyne.
Difficult and easy
Given away by City.
support each other. Long and short define each other. High and
Well,
low
looking position,
depend
you've got
on
to
each
say.
other. Before and after
Conte.
follow each
Giving the
other.
ball away.
Therefore the master
Ericsson.
acts without doing anything
Angelino.
and teaches without saying anything.
Gabriel Jesus now. Ericsson.
Things arise
De Bruyne.
and she lets them come.
Here's Bernardo
Things
Silva.
disappear and she lets them
Lao Tzu
go.
has it.
She has but doesn't
Bailey.
possess. Acts
Advantageous
doesn't
situation
expect.
here for Chelsea developing.
when her work is done.
Teammates to play it
She
to.
forgets it.
Cutting the ball back. And he opted
That
for
is why it
subtlety with the
lasts
chip.
forever.
Just over.
Well, I wouldn't take the chip on, but he did. He's a bit unlucky, to be honest with you, Derek.
3. If you overesteem great men, people become powerless. If you overvalue possessions,
And now
people
with
begin to
Angelino.
steal.
The ball
The
with
master
Rodri.
leads by emptying people's minds and filling their cores,
And moving the ball nicely.
by weakening their ambition
Sterling.
and toughening their resolve.
Tidy in possession.
He helps people lose everything they know,
And it's Gabriel
everything they
Jesus.
desire, and creates confusion
Looking
in
move,
those who
easy on
think
the
that they
eye,
know.
but nothing there. And the counter-attack is on. Options
Practice
available.
not doing, and everything will fall into place.
Kovacic. And back with Bailey.
4.
Doughty defending to win the ball back.
The Tao is like a well, used
Hisai.
but never
Now
used up.
Rugani.
It is like the eternal void, filled with infinite possibilities. It is hidden, but always
Hisai.
present.
Rodri.
I don't know who gave birth
De
to
Bruyne.
it. It is older than God.
A sloppy pass.
Chelsea are really struggling in terms of possession, but
5.
to their credit, they've been absolutely blistering on the counter-attack.
The
They just
Tao
sit
doesn't
back,
take
hit
sides.
you on the break, and it's really
It gives
working
birth
for
to
this
both
team.
good and evil. The master doesn't take sides.
Akanji has it.
She welcomes both saints
And now
and
Kevin De
sinners.
Bruyne. Ericsson. The ball with Rodri.
The Tao is like a
De
bellows.
Bruyne.
It is empty, yet
Ericsson.
infinitely capable.
Sterling.
The more you use it, the more it produces.
Keep his concentration to the maximum.
The
And
more
he
you
did.
talk of it,
Leg it
the
out
less
over
you
the
understand.
touchline. So a throw in to restart things.
hold on to the center.
Well, he was being pursued furiously. The effort, though, nothing to write
6.
home about, really.
No, I think you give the credit to the defender
The
there.
Tao is
Just put him
called
off
the Great
balance.
Mother. Empty, yet inexhaustible. It gives birth to infinite
Might be able to
worlds.
produce from this position.
It is
Moving
always
forward
present
effectively.
within you.
And caught with ease. No real
You
threat
can use
from the
it
cross.
any way you want. 7.
They are on the wrong end of the scoreline. But Lee, your overall thoughts on their current
The
situation?
Tao is
Well, I have
infinite.
to give City 6 out of
eternal.
10 so far. They've been the nearly team. It's close.
Why is it eternal?
Kovacic! And he got to it fairly
It was
easily.
never born. Thus, it can never die.
I believe there's been a
Why
goal in
is
the
it
Manchester
infinite?
United game. Alan?
It's a second goal for Manchester
It has no
United.
desires for
40
itself.
minutes played, 2-1.
Thus,
Regular
it is
updates from
present
Alan
for all
McInally along the
beings.
way.
The master stays behind. That is why she is ahead.
Still possibilities.
She is detached from all things.
Well, the Chelsea fans
That
know
is
they're
why
very
she is
lucky
one
still
with
to be
them.
ahead in this one. They just might need another goal to settle
Because
the
she has
nerves.
let go of
This
herself,
might pay dividends.
she is perfectly fulfilled.
Bailey. And a goal kick given.
8.
Don't forget we have more live action
The
from
supreme
the Premier
good
League
is
coming
like
up
water,
here on EA TV.
which
It's
nourishes
Chelsea
all
facing
things
West Ham
without
United.
trying to.
Yeah, that looks a great matchup, doesn't it? Looking forward to some
It is
fast-flowing
content with the
football
low
there.
places that people disdain.
Gabriel Jesus.
Thus, it is like the
His
Tao.
pass needed to be a little bit better.
In dwelling, live close to the
Chelsea
ground.
have given us away.
In thinking, keep to the simple.
Ericsson. Sterling.
In conflict,
Gabriel Jesus.
be fair and generous.
The referee has added on 2 minutes of stoppage
In
time.
governing,
Artur.
don't try to control. In
Conte.
work, do what you enjoy.
Joao Cancelo.
In family
Conte.
life,
Conte.
be completely present.
And Chelsea have done it.
When you
It's
are
going
content to be
so
simply
difficult to
yourself
stop them now.
and don't compare or compete, everybody
Derek,
will
it's like
respect
the
you.
manager scored. He's one of the players all of a sudden. Great stuff.
9.
Well, what a time to score. The forwards are in absolute dreamland. The
Fill
defenders
your bowl to the
slugging their way
brim,
back to the half-time team
and it will
talk.
spill.
They're not going to enjoy this.
So 2-0 now.
Keep sharpening your knife,
For Chelsea,
and it will blunt.
number 16.
And the first 45 minutes have come and gone
Chase
here at
after
Stamford
money
Bridge.
and security, and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval.
The second half
And
is
you will be their
underway
prisoner.
here with Manchester City behind.
Do your work, then step back.
Ericsson.
The only path to
Gabriel
serenity.
Jesus now. Now they've lost it.
10.
Bailey. Alexandro. Well, he's got plenty of
Can you
space on the
coax your
flank
mind
here.
from its wandering
And the cross is
and
very
keep
much
to the
on.
original oneness?
Danger averted.
Can you let your body become supple as a
Koke with it.
newborn child's?
Artur.
Can you cleanse your inner vision
Sterling has it.
until you see
Attacking
nothing but
possibilities
the
on the
light?
flank for City here. Real chance.
Can you love people and lead them without imposing your will?
And a throw-in it's going to be.
Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events
Reina
take
now.
their course?
He continues to make hay. Keeper did his job to
Can
begin
you
with.
step back from your own mind and
And a
thus
friendly
understand
reminder that we
all
have more
things,
action from the Premier League coming up. It's Manchester City facing Cardiff City.
giving birth
Yeah, game
and
after
nourishing,
game, the season is relentless, but players just
Having,
love to play. Give
without
them a game
possessing.
any day of the week. That should be a belter.
acting with no expectations,
Laporte.
leading and not trying to control.
Ericsson.
This is
A lot
the
of
supreme
momentum about
virtue.
this Manchester City attack. What can they do from here? Goalkeeping of the very highest order.
11.
Oh, it was a great shot as well. Great shot, great save.
You join spokes together in a wheel,
Kevin De Bruyne
but
with
it is the
corner.
center hole that
Goalkeeper's
makes the
covered a lot
wagon
of
move.
ground to push that away from danger.
We shape
Individual
clay
quality
into a
coming to the
pot,
fore. Fist on ball.
But it is the emptiness
There's
inside
been a goal in the
that
Cardiff
holds
City match.
whatever
Alan
we want.
McAnally has the details.
It's a goal for Cardiff City. 56
We
minutes
hammer
played.
wood for a
1-1.
house,
Alan McAnally with his finger on the pulse.
but it is the inner space
And they'll regard that
that
as a
makes
very
it
disappointing
livable.
end to the move.
we work with being,
Isai,
but non-being is what we
it's with
use.
Laporte. Rodri. De Bruyne.
12.
And that puts them in position.
Colors blind the eye,
That's how to rob them of
sounds
possession.
deafen the ear,
It's with Joao
flavors
Cancelo.
numb the taste,
Looking confident with the ball at his feet.
thoughts
Wonderful
weaken the
chance.
mind,
What a complicated save for Ederson to make.
desires wither the heart. The master observes the
Conte.
world, but trusts his inner vision.
Alexandro now.
He allows
Kovacic.
things to come
Conte.
and go.
And the goalkeeper will see that as part
His
of doing
heart
his job.
is open as the
Off the
sky.
pitch, number 7, Raheem Sterling. Coming onto
13.
the pitch, number 19, Leroy Sané.
Success is as dangerous as failure.
Played
Hope
into the centre
is
of the
as
box.
hollow as
Punched
fear.
away.
What does it mean that success is
It
as
is to be a
dangerous as
throw-in.
failure? Whether you go up the ladder
He could pick out
or
a
down it,
teammate.
your position is shaky.
Conte. Deft
When you
read
stand
by
with your 2
Eriksen.
feet on the ground, you will always keep your balance.
Aguero.
What does it
The
mean
pass
that
not
hope
finding
is
its
as hollow
target.
as fear?
Kovacic.
Hope and fear are both
The
phantoms
slide rule pass.
that arise from
My
thinking of
goodness,
the
the
self.
importance of getting there was not lost on the keeper.
When we don't see the self as self,
Conte
what do we have to fear?
using his physical strength to shield it.
See the
Koke.
world as yourself.
They've won back possession.
Have faith in the way things are.
Bodies forward and the break
Love the
looks
world
on.
as yourself. Then you can care for all things.
Rodri. By no means on his own here.
14.
And I must say, a promising avenue of attack favoured by... Well, it might still
Look.
work out for them.
Substitution for Manchester City.
And it
And
can't be
Manchester
seen.
City will go to their bench.
14, Emerick Laporte.
Listen.
Coming onto the pitch,
And it can't be heard.
number 4, Thiago Silva.
Reach. And it can't be grasped. Above, it isn't bright. Below, it
Aguero.
isn't dark.
Here's Eriksen. It has to be.
Seamless,
It looked as though he almost forced the shot that
unnameable,
time.
Well, it's okay shooting from
It
there, but you
returns
have
to
to
the
test
realm.
the keeper.
of nothing. Form that includes all forms. Image without an image. Subtle, beyond all conception. Approach it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. You can't know it, but you
So
can
20
be
minutes to go. Very good
at
reading
ease
of the
in
game
your
to win
own
possession
life.
back.
Just realize where you come from.
Eriksen. At
This is
times
the
they make
essence
passing look
of
easy.
wisdom.
Akanji has it.
15. The ancient masters were profound and subtle. Their wisdom was unfathomable. There is no way to describe it. All we can describe is their appearance. They were careful as someone crossing an iced-over stream, alert as a warrior in enemy
Well,
territory,
that was a very fine read.
courteous as a guest, fluid as melting ice, shapeable as a block of wood,
Sané has
receptive as a valley,
it. Sané
clear as a
Ball with
glass of
Rodri.
water.
failed to keep hold of it.
Do you have the patience to wait
Chelsea
till your
finding
mud
forward
settles
gears.
and
Can
the
they take
water is
advantage of
clear?
this promising position?
Can you remain unmoving
Conte
till the
now.
right action arises by itself?
Sometimes you can't argue with top-notch defending.
The
And
master
it's a
doesn't
matter of
seek
what
fulfillment,
occurs in the final 15 minutes.
not seeking,
Aguero,
not expecting. She is present
Bernardo Silva.
and can
He has
welcome
time
all
to play
things.
it over. Leon Bailey.
16.
Alexandro.
Empty your mind of all thoughts.
Conte. Wonderfully weighted pass. And just couldn't keep
Let
the
your
ball.
heart be at peace. Watch the
Straight down the throat
turmoil
of the
of
opposition.
beings, but contemplate their return. Each separate being
Let's
in the
make no bones
universe
about it. This
returns
is
to
a
the
thorough
common source.
thrashing lead.
Well, the City players look frustrated
Returning
now.
to the source
They've been poor tonight.
is
They've let their
serenity.
standards drop. Inexcusable, really. Back to the drawing
If you
board,
don't
I'm afraid.
realize the
No way
source,
back from here for me.
you stumble in confusion
Rugani.
and sorrow.
Hisai.
When you realize
Giving
where
them
you
the
come
gift of
from,
possession.
you
Artur.
naturally become
Now Conte.
tolerant,
Well,
disinterested,
visionary passing.
amused,
Well, they would have been in a decent position
kind-hearted
there,
as a
but
grandmother,
offside.
Oh, what a wasted opportunity that
dignified
is.
as a king,
It's going to be a double substitution.
immersed in the wonder of the Tao.
And I
You
can
can
tell you a
deal
goal
with
has been
whatever
scored at
life
Anfield.
brings you.
Alan McInally with the details.
It's a
And when
second
death
goal for
comes,
Liverpool. 6 minutes remain.
you are
2-1.
ready.
Cheers again, Alan. Conte
17.
cutting the ball back. And now with Angelino.
When the master governs,
Ericsson.
the people are hardly aware that he exists.
Aguero. Oh goodness, he
Next
was right on
best
top of the
is a
situation
leader
to
who
get
is
the ball
loved.
back for his team.
Next, one who is feared.
Angelino. Christian Eriksen now.
The worst is one who is despised. If you don't
Aguero.
trust the people,
Sané has it.
you make them
Eriksen's
untrustworthy.
pass needed to be a little bit better.
The master doesn't talk, he
The
acts.
ball with Rodri. Eriksen.
When his work
Stamford
is
Bridge.
done,
Show your appreciation
the people
for
Bernardo
say,
Silva.
man of the match.
amazing,
Number 6.
We
Clean
did
as a
it.
whistle, that challenge.
all by ourselves.
Artur.
18.
Conte. Oh, a
When the
perfectly
great
timed
Tao
pass.
is forgotten,
Bailey. And it's played into the centre.
goodness
And
and
the cross
piety
coming to the
appear.
goalkeeper's
2
aid.
minutes of added time.
when the body's intelligence declines,
In possession, Marcelo.
cleverness and
Will he
knowledge
play it in?
step forth.
Not really the ideal clearance.
When there is no peace in the family, filial piety
Akanji has it.
begins.
Here's Kovacic.
When the country falls into chaos,
There it
patriotism is
is, the
born.
final whistle.
19. Throw away holiness and wisdom, and people will be 100 times happier. Throw away morality and justice, and people will do the right thing. Throw away industry and profit, and there won't be any thieves. If these three aren't enough, just stay at the center of the circle and let
Can we
all
ask you a
things
question?
take their course. 20. Stop thinking and end your problems. What difference between yes and no? What difference between success and failure? Must you value what others value? Avoid what others avoid? How ridiculous. Other people are excited, as though they were at a parade. I alone don't care. I alone am expressionless, like an infant before
that's
it
all.
can smile. Other people have what they need. I alone possess nothing. I alone drift about like someone without a home. I am like an idiot, my mind is so empty. Other people are bright. I alone am dark. Other people are sharp. I alone am dull. Other people have a purpose. I alone don't know. I drift like a wave on the ocean. I blow as aimless as the wind. I am different from ordinary people. I drink from the Great Mother's breasts. 21. The Master keeps her mind always at one with the Tao. That is what gives her her radiance. The Tao is ungraspable. How can her mind be at one with it? Because she doesn't cling to ideas. The Tao is dark and unfathomable. How can it make her radiant? Because she lets it. Since before time and space were, the Tao is. It is beyond is and is not. How do I know this is true? I look inside myself and see. 22. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become
Okay,
straight,
we'll take questions now.
let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. The Master, by residing in the Tao, sets an example for all beings. Because he doesn't display himself, people can see his light.
Okay.
Because he has nothing to prove, people can trust his words. Because he doesn't know who he is, people recognize themselves in him. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. When the ancient masters said, "If you want to be given everything, give everything up," they weren't using empty phrases. Only in being lived by the Tao can you be truly yourself. "23. Express yourself completely, then keep quiet. Be like the forces of nature. When it blows, there is only wind. When it rains, there is only rain. When the clouds pass, the sun shines through. If you open yourself to the Tao, You are at one with the Tao, and you can embody it completely. If you open yourself to insight, you are at one with insight, and you can use it completely. If you open yourself to loss, you are at one with loss, and you can accept it completely. Open yourself to the Tao, then trust your natural responses, and everything will fall into place. 24. He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go. 25. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao.
It's the last day. They have to win. That might not be enough. We'll see.
It flows
Stay tuned,
through all
and it's
things,
live.
inside and outside, and returns to the origin.
This
of
is
all
the
things.
London Stadium here in the east of the capital of England. Martin Tyler here along
The
with
Tao
Alan
is
Smith.
great.
What a day this could turn out to be
The
for the
universe
visiting team in
is
particular. If the result goes their way,
Earth is
they
great.
will be champions at the end of the match.
Man
It's West Ham
is
United
great.
against Chelsea.
Well, you've only got to look
These
at
are
the
the
league
four
table to
great
see the
powers.
fantastic results they've enjoyed on the road. Such a strong defence,
Man follows
very
the earth.
swift on the counter-attack. I think that will be their ploy
Earth
today to
follows the
clinch the
universe.
honours, to clinch the silverware.
The universe follows the Tao. The Tao follows only itself.
West Ham United's lineup is this. Lucas Fabianski plays in goal.
26.
Angelo Ogbonna replaces Mattia De Sciglio, who's suspended. Robert
The
Snodgrass
heavy
comes
is
in
the
for
root
Javi
of
Martinez,
the
who's
light.
shown poor form lately. And they just go with the one striker up front.
The unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the
Here's the
views,
Chelsea lineup. In goal,
She
led by
stays
Marisa Balaga.
serenely
Joao
in herself.
Cancelo starts with Alexandro as the fullbacks. And they've gone with two up front today.
Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
If you let restlessness move you lose touch with who you are. "27. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants. A good scientist
Great to
has freed
get the game
himself of
underway through West
concepts
Ham's kit.
and keeps his mind open to what is.
Maximin.
Thus the master is available to all people
Sergio Ramos.
and doesn't
Conte.
reject anyone.
Chelsea attacking here.
He is ready to use all situations
Conte.
and doesn't
On
waste
to-
anything.
Oh, great chance.
And there it is, the goal.
No goal. Flag up.
Well,
This
that
is
assistant
called
there, he was certain
embodying
the flag went
the
up
right.
straight away.
What is a good man but a bad man's teacher?
Angelo Ogbonna. Zabaleta.
What is a bad man
Now
but a
Andriy
good man's
Yarmolenko.
job?
Room now out on the wing.
If you don't understand
Good
this,
position for the cross.
you will get lost.
I think the opposition looked as though
However
they believed they'd
intelligent
get
you
through
are.
them, but they haven't, and now they can get on the ball and play.
It is the great secret.
Put into the middle. It's a shame, because in the
28.
end, that will go down as a poor cross, really. And Hammer's unable to hold
Know
on to the ball.
male, yet keep to the female.
Really stretched out
Receive
to
the
keep it
world
out.
in
Well,
your
he needed
arms.
every inch of his frame there, the keeper.
Ball
If you
played into
receive
the
the
middle.
world,
And the
the
defender has
Tao
read the
will
cross
never
well.
leave you, and you will be like a little child. Know the white,
Catching practice
Yet keep to the
indeed
black.
for the goalkeeper here from that poor
be a
cross.
pattern for the world.
In the Cardiff City game, there has been a goal,
If you
and
are a
Alan
pattern
McInally
for the
can bring
world,
us right up to date.
The
It's a
Tao
goal
will be
for
strong
Manchester City.
inside you,
10 minutes played.
and there will be
1-0.
nothing you
This
can't
is
do.
what they feared. The bad news from elsewhere, Alan. It's not in their own hands to clinch the
Know the
title, is it?
personal,
And Alan McInally's
yet
news
keep
is
to the
bad news for
impersonal.
everybody connected with this club.
Well, it was always
Accept
a
the
strong
world as it
possibility,
is.
this scenario, but it's not over yet.
If you accept the world,
Trying to
the
thread a
Tao
pass
will be
through, but not
luminous
successful.
inside you, and you will return to your primal
Check on the
self.
league table, and West Ham's position lower than they would have expected.
Well,
The world
definitely
is
a
formed
season
from
to
the
forget
void,
this one. I think
like
they can wave
utensils
goodbye to
from a
a
block of
Champions
wood.
League position and wouldn't be surprised if heads roll at the end of this campaign.
The master knows the utensils.
Well, there's no
Yet
doubt
keeps
this fella
to the
could be the
block.
key man for Chelsea today.
Yeah, I
Thus
do
she
like
can
this
use
boy
all
because
things.
I think he gives defenders a headache with his movement and with his power.
29.
One to watch here.
Do you want to improve the world?
He has made the headlines this week,
I
hasn't he,
don't
leading
think
up
it
to the
can
game.
be done.
He has announced officially now that this is his last season.
Yeah, I think he would have thought long
The
and
world
hard
is
about
sacred.
it. Thought maybe he had another 12 months or so at the top.
It can't
but
be improved.
no, he's decided, and only he knows when the time is right.
If you
Now
tamper
he wants
with
to
it,
take them on.
you'll
Good
ruin it.
challenge by West Ham to get the ball back.
If you treat it like an object, you'll lose it.
N'Golo Conte. San
There is a
Maximin.
time for being
Conte.
ahead, a time for being behind,
Patient play from them.
a time for
All
being
the time
in
to get
motion,
across now.
a time for being at rest,
Conte.
a time for being vigorous, a time for being exhausted,
Put his body in front of the
A time
opponent
for
and
being
protected
safe.
the ball well.
Out of harm's way, out for a throw.
a time for being in danger.
Not a very
The
active way of
master
playing this for
sees
the
things
defending
as
team
they are,
because they're not going out and
without
closing the
trying to
opposition. They're
control
just
them.
saying, well, you can have the ball, we'll cope with it. But it does invite the sort of pressure you can
She
crack
lets
under.
them go their own
We're
way
hearing there's been a goal at the Cardiff
and
City
resides
Stadium. Alan
at the
McInally.
center
It's a goal
of the
for
circle.
Cardiff City. 24 minutes played. 1-1.
Oh, what a roar here. They
30.
know about the goal that their rivals have conceded. They do
Whoever
believe that the
relies on
title
the
is going to be
Tao and
theirs.
governing
Well,
men
still a little bit of time to go here,
doesn't
but
try to force
very nearly
issues
there.
or defeat enemies by force of arms.
Getting closer.
For
Counting
every
the seconds
force,
here, Alan.
there is a
So
counterforce.
near to being confirmed as champions.
Violence,
Well, yes, they've
even
been
well-intentioned,
outstanding during the course of this campaign.
always
and
rebounds
Not long
upon
left
himself.
before they can really let go and celebrate.
Conte.
The master does his job
They're looking
and
good
then
when they attack.
stops.
Joao
He
Cancelo.
understands that the universe
That's good passing.
is forever
Probing.
out of control, and that
Dembele.
trying to dominate
Strong tackle
events
to break up
goes
the play.
against the current of the Tao.
Ale.
Because he believes in himself,
Robert Snodgrass.
he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself,
Kovacic.
he doesn't need others'
Real
approval.
opening now. Super block.
And the ball
Because he accepts
knocked away
himself.
long.
The whole world accepts him.
Oh, he's cut that out well read.
31. Weapons are the tools of violence.
Rice.
All
I like
decent
it really
men
to play the ball
detest
straight to the
them.
opposition.
Chelsea seen more than enough
Weapons
of the
are
ball.
the tools
I don't
of
think the
fear.
manager will be happy
A
down
decent
there
man will
watching this
avoid them,
performance. He
except
would have
in
been
the
expecting more.
direst necessity.
The fans would, and I was. You have
And
to
if
feel that they
compelled,
will step it up sooner or later.
will use them only with the utmost
Conte.
restraint. Peace is his
Sitting with
highest
Alan
value.
McInally at the Cardiff City Stadium, and a goal to tell us about
If the
that.
peace has been
Second goal
shattered,
for Manchester City.
how can he be
37 minutes
content?
played. 2-1.
His
A real
enemies
sense
are
of
not
anticlimax here.
but
Alan,
human
their
beings
title
like
rivals have
himself.
got a goal, and as it stands, they're going to be league
He doesn't
champions.
wish them personal
Well, it's been a
harm.
topsy-turvy old afternoon,
does he
this, and there's
rejoice
still
in
chance for
victory.
things to turn around. They've got to make sure they do their own
How
job
could he
here.
rejoice in victory and delight in the
The
slaughter
turnover in
of
play
men?
here with that interception.
He enters the battle gravely, with sorrow,
Out into the wide areas
and with
now.
great
Whipped
compassion,
in towards the near post.
as if he
Punched
were
away by the
attending a
keeper.
funeral. 32.
Cullen.
The Tao can't be perceived.
Chance to go at the opposition with pace.
Smaller than an electron, it contains uncountable
Game's still level,
galaxies.
but the pressure might be counting. Ale.
If powerful men and women
What a chance for West
could
Ham!
remain centered in the
It's a
Tao,
shot well off the mark.
all things would be in harmony. The world would become a paradise. All people would be
Akanji.
at peace.
Conte.
The referee has indicated
The law
there will
will
be a
be
minimum
written in
Added
their
minutes.
hearts.
2 minutes of added time.
Now Bailey.
When you
Think the
have
cross is
names
on.
and forms,
Trying to lift it over the nearest defender
know
and he
that they
couldn't.
are provisional. When you have institutions, know where their functions should end.
Zabaleta. Well, they've got
Knowing when to
45
stop.
minutes left, Alan, haven't they? 45
can
minutes in
avoid
which to
danger.
try and turn this around. As it stands, they won't be champions.
No, well, they haven't quite been good enough, have they, so far? Certainly not
things
played
end in the
how they
Tao.
have for most of this season.
As rivers flow into the sea. 33. Knowing others
Great
is
too.
intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich.
Here comes the second half, started by
If you
Chelsea.
stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, you will endure forever.
And Maximin.
Terrific play on the ball.
34.
Lovely clean feet in a confined space. You could watch that over and over.
The great Tao
Pressure in
flows
midfield and
everywhere.
it's paid off.
Joao Cancelo.
All things are born from it.
It's good work
Yet
here in
it
terms
doesn't
of
create
possession.
them.
Can they find the final pass?
It pours
Conte!
itself into its work.
Very able. Put them in front.
Yet it
Very
makes
good
no
defending,
claim.
reading the danger and blocking it away.
It nourishes infinite
Conte.
worlds.
Moussa Dembele.
Yet it doesn't hold on to them.
Sandro.
Since it is merged with all things and hidden in
That
their
goal
hearts,
is a very
it can be
special one
called
for this
humble.
football club. It It should make them champions.
since all things
Well, they've
vanish
scored
into it.
goals of this quality
and it
all
alone
season, but this
endures.
one might be just that little bit
It
more
can be
important.
called great.
What a goal! The crowd are on the feet. First
It
time
isn't
finish.
aware of its
Always a thrilling
greatness.
sight.
Thus, it is truly great.
Chelsea have the lead.
35. She who is centered in the Tao can go where she wishes without danger.
They obviously believe that they can find this equaliser
She
by
perceives the
passing their way through
universal
the opposition.
harmony, even amid great
Just a
pain.
quick reminder for you, coming up on EA
Because she
TV
has found
very soon,
peace
the
in her
Champions
heart.
League fixture, Chelsea, they'll be facing Barcelona away from home.
Yeah, high quality
Music with the
fixture this
smell
one.
of good
There won't be
cooking.
much quarter given.
May make people stop
Looking
and
to
enjoy.
use the full width of the pitch in this attack.
But words that
Conte.
point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor.
Rice.
When you look for it, there is nothing to
Not for
see.
us.
When you listen
Going
for
forward
it,
well.
there is nothing to hear.
Here's the chance to get in the cross.
When you
Sergio
use
Ramos
it,
clears it here.
it is inexhaustible.
He saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was
36.
going. Read it. An opportunity here. There's some space to work the ball into.
If you want to shrink something,
Alain San
you
Maxima.
must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something,
Sergio Ramos.
you must first allow it to flourish.
It's a good challenge by West Ham to
If you
get the
want
ball
to
back.
take something, you must first allow it to be given.
Just a moment to remind you, if you need reminding, they will be
This
champions
is
if it
called the
stays like
subtle
this.
perception of the way
Heading in the right
things
direction. They're
are.
doing everything right. Playing pretty well.
The soft
Sandro.
overcomes the hard.
He's got his tackle in, and the ball's gone out now.
The slow overcomes the fast.
Decided to make a change. There's activity down there
Let
amongst the
your workings
substitutes, and one will be
remain a
coming on.
mystery.
But looked promising and then
This
broke
is
down.
called the subtle perception of
Lanzini.
the way things
Sebastian
are.
Haller
The
just a
soft
bit lax in possession.
overcomes the hard. The
N'Golo
slow
Conte,
overcomes the
Dembele.
fast.
Kovacic.
Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results.
Brilliant reach by the goalkeeper to make the save.
Wow, I think even his defenders are shocked at that.
37. The Tao never does anything. Yet through it all things are done.
In goes the corner. Oh, sometimes you just have to clear it
If
like that.
powerful men
Safety
and
first.
women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed
Good width
by
in the
itself
attack here, looking for a
in
cross
its
at the end of
natural
it.
rhythms. People would be
Conte.
content with their simple,
Anticipated.
everyday
Now it's
lives
offside. And it looks
in
as though
harmony
They might be in to
and
score.
free of desire. When there is no desire,
Kovacic.
all things
Leon Bailey.
are at peace.
Not a turnover in play here with that interception.
38. The master doesn't try to be powerful.
It's with Zabaleta.
Thus, he is truly powerful.
Lanzini.
Still searching for an equaliser. There's some
The
good
ordinary
interplay
man
here.
keeps reaching for
That's a
power.
great interception.
Thus, he
20
never
minutes
has enough.
of the 90 still to play.
The master
Joao
does
Cancelo.
nothing, yet he leaves nothing
Kovacic.
undone.
Well, they managed to get out of harm's way there.
The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet
Because
something
it looked as
remains
though there was
undone.
going to be some real damage done to them.
The just man does
The
something,
attacking team have got a problem here
and
because
leaves
the
many
opposition
things
is just
to be
sitting
done.
in and saying, well, you can break us down if you can. They think perhaps they can't break
The
them
moral
down.
man
He
does
wants to
something,
play on the shoulder of the last
and when
defender.
no one responds,
Just got to get it right.
he
It's all
rolls
about
up his
timing.
sleeves and uses force.
They spotted the pass and cut it out.
When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is morality. When morality is lost, there is ritual.
Conte.
Ritual is the husk of true faith, the beginning of chaos.
Very straightforward save for the goalkeeper.
Therefore, the master concerns himself with the depths and not the surface,
Getting the ball back and thinking attack
with the
straight
fruit
away.
and not the flower.
Oh, he's through.
He has no will
I think
of
he
his
saved
own.
them there with that interception.
He dwells in reality and lets all
Able to
illusions
intercept here.
go.
Well, here he goes. It's good to see him. They really had a go in the quest for this equaliser, Alan.
Yeah, it was a half-decent
In
chance,
harmony
maybe.
with the Tao.
Snatched at it a touch.
The sky is clear and spacious.
10 minutes left
The earth
of
is
regular
solid
time.
and full. All
Kovacic.
creatures flourish together, content with the way they are, endlessly
coming and
repeating
intercepted.
themselves, endlessly
Well, you
renewed.
can't knock these fans. They're doing everything possible to get behind their
When
team
man
here.
interferes with the Tao, the sky becomes filthy,
Sebastian
the
Haller.
earth becomes depleted,
And that's good defending. Sergio Ramos
the
is the man.
equilibrium crumbles, creatures become extinct.
Now Andriy Yarmolenko. Great ball.
The master views the parts with compassion because he understands the whole. His constant practice is humility. He doesn't glitter like a jewel, but lets himself be shaped by the Tao, as rugged and common as a stone. 40. Return is the movement of the
And
Tao.
what a great keeper he is.
And he's a big lad, and he's needing every inch of his
Moving
game now.
is the way.
Swung in. Got to get it over. First
All
man defending,
things
and they
are
haven't done
born
that
of
before.
being.
Out into the wide areas now.
Being
Good power in that
born
punch
of
away by the
non-being.
goalkeeper from the cross.
41.
Koke.
When a superior man hears of the Tao, he immediately begins to embody it.
Marcelo.
When an average man hears of the Tao,
He's looking for
he
the
half
cross.
believes it,
He's chosen to cut it
half
back
doubts
now.
it.
Keeper
When a
with his
foolish
shot.
man hears of the Tao,
2 minutes.
he laughs out loud. If he didn't laugh,
To get it to feet, he's come
It
rather
wouldn't
deep to
be
do
the
that,
Tao.
the main striker. They're looking good when they attack.
thus it is said,
Mateo Kovacic.
And the
the
referee
path
lets them
into
go
the
on.
light
Advantage
seems
played
dark.
by him. He's pointed for the
The
free kick.
path forward
Doesn't need to do anything
seems to
silly.
go
Get
back.
the ball into the box for them to challenge for.
The direct path seems long. True power
Goal.
seems
There
weak.
it is, the final whistle. Champions.
True
A
purity
marvellous effort.
seems tarnished.
Well, it's a moment they will never
True
forget. It's a
steadfastness
long old season, isn't it,
seems
as we know,
changeable.
and to come out on top at the end really
True
does
clarity
taste sweet.
seems
And it's
obscure.
not just
The greatest art seems unsophisticated. The greatest love seems indifferent. The greatest wisdom seems childish.
Just a couple of questions.
The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. 42. The Tao gives birth to one. One gives birth to two. Two gives birth to three. 43 gives birth to all things.
No further questions.
All things have their backs to the female and stand facing the male. When male and female combine, all things achieve harmony. Ordinary men hate solitude, but the master makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one with the whole universe. 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without actions. That is the master's way. 44. Fame or integrity? Which is more important? Money or happiness? Which is more valuable? Success or failure? Which is more destructive? If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy with yourself. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. 45. True perfection seems imperfect, yet it is perfectly itself. True fullness seems empty, yet it is fully present. True straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish. True art seems artless. The master allows things to happen. She shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets the Tao speak for itself. 46. When a country is in harmony with the Tao, the factories make trucks and tractors. When a country goes counter to the Tao, warheads are stockpiled outside the cities. There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself, no greater misfortune than having an enemy. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. 47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The master arrives without leaving, sees the light without looking, achieves without doing a thing. 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. Less and less do you need to force things
Thanks,
until
guys. We're going to
finally
get started with the
you
questions now.
arrive at non-action.
You ready?
When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It can't be gained by interfering. "49. The master has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the people. She is good to people who are good. She's also good to people who aren't good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who aren't trustworthy. This is true trust. The master's mind is like space. People don't understand her. They look to her and wait. She treats them like her own children. 50. The master gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die, and he has nothing left to hold on to. No illusions in his mind, no resistances in his body. He doesn't think about his actions. They flow from the core of his being. He holds nothing back from life. Therefore, he is ready for death, as a man is ready for sleep after a good day's work. 51. Every being in the universe is an expression of the Tao. It springs into existence, unconscious, perfect, free, takes on a physical body, lets circumstances complete it. That is why every being spontaneously honors the Tao. The Tao gives birth to all beings, nourishes them, maintains them, cares for them, comforts them, protects them, takes them back to itself, creating without possessing, acting without expecting, guiding without interfering. That is why love of the Tao is in the very nature of things. "52. In the beginning was the Tao. All things issue from it.
When
All
the
things
journey
return
begins,
to
you
it.
never quite know who's going to be there at the end. Now only 2 teams left
To
in the
find
cup,
the origin,
and we're left wondering who's going to be
trace
lifting it.
back the
Stay tuned,
manifestations.
we'll have all the action for you live here on
When you
EA
recognize
TV.
the children and find the mother, you will be
This
free of
is where
sorrow.
every top-level footballer wants to be after a long season.
If you
The
close your
Champions
mind
League
in
final,
judgments
only 2
and
teams
traffic
left
with
in the battle
desires,
for Europe's Premier Club
your heart will
competition.
be troubled.
My name's Derek Ray, and I'm joined for commentary
If
on
you
this
keep
final
your mind
tonight
from
by
judging
Lee Dixon. It's
and
Barcelona
aren't led
taking
by
on
the senses,
Chelsea.
Well, I'm so excited for the
Your
players.
heart
We
will
see them
find
coming out
peace.
there. Excited because of what they've got ahead of them. Are they nervous? Looking at them
Seeing
closely
into
in the eyes.
darkness
Nerves play a big
is
part in games
clarity.
like this, Derek. I'm nervous for them. Who's going to be the hero?
Knowing how to yield is strength. Use your own light and return to the source of light. This is called practicing eternity. 53. The great way is easy, yet people prefer the side paths. Be aware when things are out of balance. Stay centered
This is what we
within the
expect
Tao.
from the Blaugrana. Marc-Andre ter Stegen starts
When
at goal.
rich speculators
Raymond
prosper,
Lenglet plays alongside
while
Samuel
farmers
Umtiti
lose
in the
their
middle of the
land.
defence. And up front, leading the
When
line
government
is
officials
Antoine
spend money
Griezmann.
on weapons instead of cures. When the upper class is extravagant and irresponsible, while the poor have nowhere to turn. All this is robbery and chaos. It is not in keeping with the Tao. 54.
Here's the lineup
Whoever
for
is
Chelsea.
planted in the
Kepa
Tao
is given the green light in goal.
will not be
Joao
rooted out.
Cancelo starts with Alexandro as fullbacks. N'Golo
Whoever
Conte
embraces
starts
the
with
Tao
Koke on the flanks. And it's two
not
strikers
slip
up front
away.
who'll look to provide the goal-scoring threat.
Her name will be held in honor from generation to generation.
This is it, the Champions League final. They are underway.
Let the Tao
Who
be
will
present
crowned
in your
club
life.
kings of Europe?
And you will become genuine.
De Jong,
Let it be present
Sergio
in your
Busquets.
family, and your family
Pjanic.
will flourish.
Messi.
Let it be present in your country,
We did have the ball, but
and
not
your
anymore.
country will be an example to all countries in the world.
Conte.
Let it be present in the universe,
Passing it through. Ter
and the
Stegen with a
universe
great
will
save.
sing. How do I know this is true?
He's driven in the corner.
By
Well, that's
looking
clear.
inside myself.
Conte.
55.
Lionel
He
Messi.
who is in harmony with the Tao is like a
Much
newborn
defensive cover
child.
there on the flank.
Its bones are soft. Its muscles are weak,
Over the byline, hence
but its
a goal
grip
kick.
is powerful.
Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge
It
from the
doesn't
shadows
know
and
about
become
the
a match
union of
winner, but this
male
man
and
might be a
female.
decent shout. Lee, what are you
Yet
expecting
its
from him?
penis can
Well, he's a
stand
talented
erect.
player, but he's got that one thing,
So
the big P.
intense
What we
is
all
its
hate as
vital
defenders,
power.
pace. As soon as you've got that,
It
you
can
start looking
scream its
behind
head
you.
off all
Who's on the
day.
cover?
Yet it never becomes
Ramos.
hoarse.
Conte.
So complete is its
Conte.
harmony.
Dembele.
The master's
Tremendous
power
intuition to
is
win it
like
back.
this. He lets all things come
De
and
Jong.
go
Nowhere to go, really. It's being
Effortlessly.
closed down. And that was a very
without
fine
desire.
read. Bailey. Can he give them the
He
lead?
never expects
Well, good
results.
defending. Clattered out of there.
Thus he is never disappointed. He is never
Onto it.
disappointed.
Conte. Can he make it
Thus,
count?
his
And the
spirit
ball
never
is
grows
in the
old.
net. And that is not going to count. The decision is offside, Lee.
56.
Well, it's a good decision from the assistant referee. Spot on there.
Those who know
De Jong.
don't talk.
Jordi Alba.
Those who talk
Now
don't
Busquets. De Jong. It's with Oyarzabal.
close your mouth,
Now Jordi Alba.
block off your senses,
Sergio Busquets.
blunt
Pjanic.
your sharpness. Untie your knots,
Lionel Messi.
soften your glare,
Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent.
settle your dust. This is the primal identity.
Here's Ramos.
Be like the Tao. It can't be
Well,
approached
he stopped them just
or
when they looked
withdrawn
menacing.
from. benefited or harmed, honored
Dembele.
or brought into disgrace.
Conte. Dembele.
It gives itself up
Just a
continually.
decent looking attack here. And Conte might take it on.
That is why it
Well, the
endures.
clearance half-hearted. Conte. Kovacic.
57.
And he misfires. The score sheet remains blank.
Well,
If
it
you
looked
want to
for
be
all
a
of the
great
world that
leader,
it should have been the first goal of the game.
you
But
must
his
learn to
finishing has
follow
to be
like
better than
that.
that.
Longley.
Stop
This is
trying to
Azpilicueta.
control.
Pjanic now.
Let go of
On the
fixed
ball,
plans and
Azpilicueta.
concepts,
And now this is
and the
Longley.
world will govern itself.
Messi. Azpilicueta. Given away.
The more prohibitions you have,
Promising sequence.
the less virtuous people will
Kovacic.
be.
Well, that's hard to
The
do
more
it inside
weapons
your
you
own
have,
penalty area.
the less secure people will be.
Pjanic.
The more subsidies you have, the less
And
self-reliant
Messi carries
people
it
will
forward.
be.
What's he going to do from this position?
Therefore, the master
And
says,
played in.
I let go of
Sadly,
the
from his
law,
point of view, wayward to
and
say the
people
least.
become
Well, it's a
honest.
shocker. I wasn't very good at heading, Derek, but I could have done
I
better
let
than
go
that.
of economics, and people become prosperous. I let go of religion,
Conte.
and people become serene. I let go of all desire for the common good,
Aware of the threat, solving the problem.
and the good becomes common as grass.
Azpilicueta now. Sergio Busquets.
58.
Now Griezmann.
If a country is governed
Pjanic.
with tolerance, the people are
An
comfortable
abundance of
and
space.
honest.
De
If a
Jong.
country is governed with
Good
repression,
use of the ball, but can they
the
trouble the
people are
defence?
depressed and crafty.
Dembele.
When the will to power is in charge,
Akanji has it.
the higher the ideals,
Chelsea happy
The
to
lower
pass
the
the ball
results.
around and get it forward. N'Golo Conte.
Try to make
Plunging
people
it towards
happy,
goal. Well, the
and you lay
post
the
getting in the way
groundwork for
there.
misery.
Terrific piece of goalkeeping from the German there.
Try to make
Goalkeeping
people
at
moral,
its best.
and you lay the
Well, I thought
groundwork
that was the lead
for
right there,
vice.
but no, so close.
Thus the master is content to serve as an example
Onto has it.
and not to impose her will.
Koke with it.
She is pointed,
Kovacic.
but doesn't pierce.
Superb save from the keeper.
Well,
Straightforward,
that's what you're paying for.
but
Defenders
subtle.
defend, goalkeepers make saves like that.
radiant, but easy on the eyes.
It hasn't come to very much. Now
59.
Griezmann.
For governing a
Excellent
country
pressure
well,
high up the pitch.
there is nothing better than
Barcelona
moderation.
free kick. It'll be here.
The mark of a moderate man is freedom from his own ideas. Tolerant like the sky, all-pervading like sunlight. Firm
Arthur.
like a mountain, supple like a tree
Far
in
from
the
a good
wind.
pass.
He has no destination in view, and makes use of anything life happens to bring his way.
You've got to keep the ball a bit better than that.
Nothing is impossible for him.
Nothing in it, Derek, is there? Just testing each other out
Because he has let
tactically.
go,
It's fascinating.
He
Who
can
will
care
buckle
for the
first?
people's welfare, as a mother cares for her child.
Barca maintain possession, advantage. Griezmann in the middle.
60.
Taking care of business defensively here.
Governing
De
a
Jong.
large country is like frying a small
Griezmann.
fish. You spoil it with too much
He's
poking.
got to score. How on earth did the
Center
goalkeeper
your
get
country in
there?
the
Well, he's
dial,
died forever, hasn't he? He's got
and
that
evil
strong
will have
hand
no
on it. It's a
power.
brilliant save.
And space
Not
for
that
the
it isn't
cross.
there,
That's able defending from
but will be
Koke.
able to step out of its way.
Frankie de Jong. Pjanic.
Give evil nothing to oppose,
Messi. Couldn't keep it.
and it will disappear by itself.
Mateo Kovacic.
61.
A move of promise on the flank.
When a country obtains great power,
Conte. it.
becomes like the sea.
Keeper would have been disappointed had he not dealt with it.
All
And a
streams
chance
run
here perhaps
downward
to
into it.
invigorate their aerial targets.
The more
And
powerful
the
it
delivery
grows,
just couldn't capitalise there.
the greater the need for humility. Humility means
Conte.
trusting the Tao, thus
Joao
never needing
Cancelo.
to be defensive.
Koke with it. It's with Oyarzabal.
A great nation
De Jong.
is like a
Jordi
great
Alba.
man. When he makes
Space
a
afforded
mistake,
him.
he realizes
Messi.
it.
Manoeuvring his way forward.
Having realized it,
He must finish.
he
On the
admits it.
basis of that effort, quite clearly, he's not wearing
Having
his shooting
admitted
boots
it.
at the moment.
Well, it was a strong effort, used his
corrects
laces,
it.
but screwed it well off target.
He considers those who point out his faults as his
Dembele.
most benevolent
Mateo Kovacic.
teachers.
Conte. Here's
He
Kovacic.
thinks of his enemy as
Joao
the shadow
Cancelo.
that he
He cuts
himself
it back.
casts.
Kovacic. And a goal for Chelsea.
If a nation is centered in the
Champions
Tao,
League final.
if it nourishes its own
Can
people
they keep it?
and doesn't meddle in the affairs of others, it will be a light to
A
all
lot of time to
nations in
score.
the
The
world.
forwards are in absolute dreamland. The defenders slugging their way back to the half-time team
62.
talk. They're not going to enjoy this.
The Tao is the center of the universe, the good man's treasure.
Well, the coach has to be happy with that. Got
The
their
bad
noses
man
into it.
refuge.
Still work to be done, though.
Honors can be
Once
bought
again,
with fine
Chelsea with the
words.
lead in this match.
Respect can be won with good deeds. But the Tao is beyond all value, and no one can achieve it.
Oyarzabal. Jordi Alba.
Thus, when a new
Busquets.
leader is chosen,
De Jong.
don't offer to help him with your wealth or your
Koke
expertise.
with it.
Offer instead
Half
teach
time
him
then.
about the
And we're
Tao.
sorry for the pause in the proceedings here, Lee, because this has been a thoroughly
Why
riveting
did the
Champions
ancient
League final
masters
so far.
esteem
Well,
the
it has.
Tao? Because being one with the Tao, when you seek, you find. And when you make a mistake, you are forgiven. That is why everybody loves it. 63. Act without doing. Work without effort.
45 minutes separating these two
Think of the
sides from
small
glory.
as
The second
large,
half of the Champions League final
and
begins.
the few as many. Confront
Conte.
the difficult
Dembele.
while it is
Having
still
to pass the
easy.
ball, but remaining patient.
Accomplish the great
Knows what he's
task
doing when it comes to
by
blocking.
a series of small
cleared away.
acts.
Now
The master
Griezmann.
never reaches
De Jong.
for the great.
Pjanic.
Thus she achieves
Possession
greatness.
lost, intercepted.
When she runs into a difficulty,
Conte.
she
Here's
stops
Kovacic.
and gives herself
Will
to
he
it.
finish? And it's gone in here.
She
Just
doesn't
what
cling
Chelsea
to her
fans
own
wanted to
comfort.
see. Their lead extended to 2
Thus,
goals.
problems are no problem for her.
We can take another look here. I'm
64.
sure the keeper is frustrated with the defending. Just affording too much time in the box.
What
He's
is
never going to
rooted
miss that.
is easy to nourish.
So 2-0 now.
What is recent is easy to correct. What is brittle is easy to break,
Jordi Alba. Possession changes
What is
hands.
small?
The interception there.
is easy to scatter.
Conte.
Prevent
Arthur.
trouble before it arises.
Moving into the advanced position.
Put things in order before they exist. The giant pine tree
Frenkie de Jong.
grows from a tiny sprout.
De Jong.
The journey of 1,000 miles
Well, great
starts
read
from
there
beneath
to
your
intercept. Arthur.
rushing into action.
Chelsea get the decision from the
You
referee.
fail. Trying to grasp things, You
And the
lose them,
goalkeeper not offering any scraps
forcing
that
a
time.
project to completion. You ruin what was almost ripe.
Now Busquets.
Therefore, the master
with
takes
Oyarzabal.
action by letting things
Chelsea
take
throw
their
in here.
course. He remains as calm at the end as at the beginning.
Here's Kovacic.
He has nothing,
Dembele.
thus
Can he
has
finish
nothing
this?
to lose.
Well, he stumped it out of there without much fuss.
What he desires,
And I must say, he's
His
really been the
non-desire.
poster boy for creativity in this game, Lee.
what he
Well, he's been
learns
the heartbeat of the team
is
again
to
today.
unlearn.
It's a big title, but he carries it off brilliantly well.
He
Happy
simply
with
reminds
responsibility.
people
He's took the ball.
of who they have
The
always
goalkeeper
been.
doing what he's paid to do. It's one corner after another at the moment.
He cares about nothing but the goal.
Well, not quite the corner he had in mind.
Thus,
Goalkeeper has it.
He can care for all things.
Well, Derek, the floodgates are open. How many goals are they going to score? They've
65.
created so many chances. If they put half of them away, it
The
could be a
ancient
cricket score.
masters didn't try to educate the
Jordi
people,
Alba.
but kindly taught them to not know. When they think that they know the answers,
Conte.
people are difficult to
And they
guide.
switch to an even higher gear.
When they know
Smuggled
that they
away.
don't know,
Leon Bailey.
people can find their own way.
Ball lost by Chelsea. Being pressed hard.
If you want to learn how to govern, avoid
Jordi
being
Alba.
clever or rich.
Griezmann.
The simplest pattern
Jordi Alba.
is the clearest.
Sergio Busquets.
Content with an ordinary life,
Messi.
you can show
Oyarzabal.
all people
He
the
continues his
way
run.
back to their own true nature.
Griezmann. After the foul, a chance to contemplate what is next, and perhaps a goal from this
66.
free kick. And there will be a booking for Ramos here.
How many
All
times have you said
streams
that,
flow
Derek,
to
in
the
your
sea.
career?
Quite a few.
Because it is lower than they are. Humility gives it its power.
Didn't quite do enough.
If you want to govern the people,
Sergio
you must place
Busquets.
yourself below them.
This is Azpilicueta.
If you want to lead the people, you must
Pjanic.
learn how to follow them.
Pjanic now.
The master is above the
Possession
people,
and patience,
and no
the
one
watchwords.
feels oppressed.
Well, they've lost possession of the ball.
She goes ahead of the people, and no one feels
Conte.
manipulated.
Conte.
The
He's going
whole
forward
world
well
is
here.
grateful to her
Wonderful challenge and a throw-in coming up.
because she competes with no one. No one can compete with her.
Alexandro. A bit sloppy
67.
in possession. Artur.
Some say that my teaching is nonsense.
Now Griezmann.
Others call it lofty,
Pjanic.
but impractical.
Messi. That's how to rob them
But
of
to those
possession.
who have looked inside themselves, this nonsense
Kovacic.
makes perfect sense. And to those who put it
Conte.
into practice,
It did look on for them, but not to
this
me.
loftiness has roots that go deep. I have just
Titi.
3 things to teach:
Sergio
simplicity,
Busquets.
patience.
Losing
Compassion.
possession a bit easily.
These 3 are your greatest treasures.
N'Golo Conte.
Simple in actions and in
And now
thought,
Coutinho.
you return
Dion.
to the source
Lionel
of being,
Messi. Pjanic.
patient with both friends and
Pjanic.
enemies.
Messi.
You accord with the way things are.
Neither than Pjanic getting forward here.
Compassionate toward
Well, the
yourself.
bar can beat the goalkeeper.
You reconcile all beings in the world. 68. The best athlete wants his opponent at his best. The best general enters the mind of his
His
enemy.
best friend.
The best businessman
Well, Derek is
serves the
really
communal
unlucky there.
good.
He thought he'd scored. Will he get another chance?
The best leader follows the will of the people.
Joao Cancelo. Artur.
All of them embody the virtue of non-competition.
Poor pass under no real pressure.
Not that they don't love to compete, but they do it in the
Pjanic.
spirit of play.
And with the goalkeeper.
In this, they are like children, and
Over
in
the
harmony
touchline for a
with the God.
throw-in. Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now they will make the
69.
personnel change.
The generals have a saying,
Now Busquets.
rather than make the first move,
Just
it is
10
better
minutes
to wait
to
and
go.
see.
Conte now.
Rather than advance an inch, it is better to retreat
It's
a
certainly
yard.
not like Busquets to give it away like that.
This is called going forward without
Akanji
advancing,
has it. Alexandro
pushing
now.
back without using
Given
weapons.
away. Griezmann.
There is no greater misfortune
Maneuvering forward.
than
Coutinho.
underestimating your
A
enemy.
wonderful intervention. A deft clearance.
Underestimating your enemy means
On the ball,
thinking that he is evil.
Azpilicueta. Now Griezmann.
Thus, you destroy your three
Well,
treasures
just couldn't keep the ball.
and become an enemy
tackling.
yourself. When two great forces oppose each other, the victory
And it's a
will go
case
to
of
the
just
one that
5 minutes
knows how
left.
to yield.
And that's an important intervention.
70. My teachings are easy to understand
Now Griezmann.
and easy to put into
De Jong.
practice.
Well, they've lost possession of the ball.
Yet your intellect will never grasp them.
Well, they get high marks
you
for
try
that
to
move,
practice
but they
them,
couldn't make it count.
You'll fail.
And he was in the right place to intercept.
My teachings are older than the world.
Alexandro now.
How can you grasp their
Conte.
meaning?
And the emphasis is on creativity.
If you want to know me,
Tremendously strong in the tackle.
look inside your heart.
Azpilicueta now. Jorginho.
71.
And the
Not
referee has
knowing
added on 2 minutes of
is
stoppage
true
time.
knowledge.
Sergio Busquets has lost it.
Presuming to know is a disease. First realize that you are sick. Then you can move toward health. The master is her own physician. She has
And a
healed herself
substitution in the offing.
of all knowing. Thus, she is
Rakitic on the
truly
ball.
whole.
De Jong.
72.
Far from a good pass. And the final whistle. The cup
When they
issue
lose
is
their
settled.
sense of awe,
A story of one side celebrating
turn to
and the other
religion.
distraught. And Lee, memories are being made.
when they no longer
Yeah,
trust
absolutely. It doesn't
themselves,
matter how much money you've got in the bank. Players
begin
will
to
always
depend
look back
upon
at moments
authority.
like these. These moments when you pick trophies up,
Therefore,
win
the
medals.
master steps
Absolutely
back
brilliant for this group of
so that
players.
people won't be
Yes,
confused.
you can see what it means to this tight-knit
teaches
team.
Without a teacher,
Real solidarity.
so that people will have nothing to learn.
Well, now for the official
73.
presentation. And as a footballer, Lee, in this case as a Chelsea footballer,
Dow
this is exactly where you'd want to be.
is always
Exactly,
at
getting
ease.
on to that podium. Huge amount of effort to
It
get there. But this
overcomes
is the icing on the
without
cake.
competing.
Actually watching your captain pick the trophy up,
Answers
sharing in that moment.
without
it's a beautiful
speaking a
trophy as
word.
well, Derek.
It's Chelsea's moment.
Arrives without being summoned.
Champions League
Accomplishes
winners this season. And my goodness,
without
they deserve it.
Brilliant moment. They'll be
Its net
celebrating long
covers
into
the
the night,
whole
I'm sure.
universe.
And then,
And
believe it or
though
not,
its
they'll be
meshes
focusing the
are
next few
wide,
days on next season, no doubt.
It doesn't
That's
let
how
a
it
thing
works.
slip
But for
through.
now, it's all about this achievement. The cup with the big ears, as it's
74.
affectionately known.
If you
The moment
realize
Derek
that all
sharing it with
things
his
change,
supporters. You get a chance to
There is
take it a
nothing
little
you
bit
will try to
closer to
hold
those
on to.
stands. Let them enjoy the experience with you. And
if
the
you
families
aren't
are up there in
afraid
the
of
stands as
dying,
well. A brilliant occasion.
there's nothing you can't achieve.
It took fire as well as ice on the pitch.
Trying to
Necessary
control the
qualities.
future is like trying to take the master carpenter's place. When you handle the master
Well, all
carpenter's
that hard
tools,
work along the way in this
chances
tournament
are
all
that you'll
comes
cut your
together at the end
hand.
when you pick the trophy up. Just look at them celebrating. A brilliant moment.
Hard work indeed, Lee.
75.
The trophy now in their possession.
When taxes are too high, people go hungry.
Joao Cancelo.
When the government is too intrusive, people lose their spirit. Act for the people's benefit. Trust them. Leave them alone. 76. Men are born soft and supple. Dead, they are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead, they are brittle and dry. Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. The soft and supple will prevail. 77. As it acts in the world, the Tao is like the bending of a bow. The top is bent downward. The bottom is bent up. It adjusts excess and deficiency so that there is perfect balance. It takes from what is too much and gives to what isn't enough. Those who try to control, who use force to protect their power, go against the direction of the Tao. They take from those who don't have enough and give to those who have far too much. The master can keep giving because there is no end to her wealth. She acts without expectation, succeeds without taking credit, and doesn't think that she is better than anyone else. 78.
We just wanted to ask you a
Nothing
couple
in
of
the
questions.
world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. The soft overcomes the hard. The gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice.